There's a lot of hate for comedy anime, and I have to figure out why. So let's get into it.
When I started to watch anime, I wanted to know what the comedic ones had to offer. You know, cause it's a natural thing to get curious about when you're the reincarnation of Charlie Chaplin like myself. And at the beginning, I was met with a very positive, great start when I started watching Nichijou, which I'll talk about later on in the video, cause right now I'm about to go on Demon Time. And after watching that, I was like, damn, if they're all like this, then this is about to be really great.
I don't think I've ever watched a comedy anime. Like, there's been anime that I thought was funny. Like, Kintama was a little funny. JoJo has some funny things, but I don't think I've ever watched a full-fledged comedy anime.
The people that write 90% of comedy anime are the type to laugh at an anime girl pouty face meme. Then we are doomed.
Yeah, we're doomed.
As a species. No wonder World War III is about to happen.
Oh my
You know what's
gosh.
worse than catching your son watching One Piece?
And this is why we love degenerosity. I know I have a lot of One Piece fans, but I can't be the only one that doesn't think One Piece is that good. When I first seen One Piece for the first time in my life, I say, what the fuck is this? And I have a list of what the fuck animes. One Piece, Fairy Tail, Black Clover. It's just like, what the fuck is this? Fairy Tail's top worst anime I've ever seen in my life.
Let's get to know the history of comedy. Now, comedy was created when God did the first joke ever, saying, you know, what if I just killed all the dinosaurs? And he did just that. And not gonna lie, looking back at it, that was pretty funny. Like, they had no idea what was coming. Then Adam Sandler was born, and comedy anime came shortly after. That's your history lesson of the day.
What did he just teach us?
I've watched a lot of comedy anime, more than you think. I've been studying this subject for a while now, going through hell and back, watching some of the dumbest shows, watching some of the most unfunny anime moment compilations imaginable. Sometimes I struck gold, but that was few and far in between. But I believe I found a reason why I think most comedy anime don't make me giggle. It's cause the tropes and cliches. Some might say it's a cultural difference, like some countries find this funny, other countries find this funny kind of thing, but nah. There's a lot of Japanese game show and commercial clips that I've laughed with. I know that ain't the same thing as watching an entire series, but I'm gonna take what I have. Yeah, I don't think it's a cultural thing. I think it's the tropes. Like having any kind of character personality trait that ends in a dure. 9 times out of 10, those characters suck. And cliches like a harem or something, basically fan service.
What the fuck did I just... Bro, first of all, I don't know what I just saw. Second of all, this anime right here, Shemita, A Boring World Where the concepts of dirty jokes don't exist. I was supposed to react to that, if y'all don't know. And we got copyright striked. Crazy.
There is no such thing as a funny fan service anime. The only type of jokes they tell in these animes are a boy walks into a room not knowing a girl is changing in there, and then he gets slapped. That's the only kind of jokes they tell. Then they repeat this joke every single episode. These anime thrive off of misunderstandings, but by the looks of it, most of y'all weebs just eat that shit up like it's the first time y'all seen it. I don't get it. I just don't get it. But I do get that fan service comedy animes suck. And also, I don't like these low-key EDP type trope characters that comedy anime in general, not only fan service anime, have, where the teacher wants to get with the students. Like, why did I see this kind of character in at least 5 different series?
What is happening?
It's weird. And also, some people might say, what about interspecies reviewers? That's kind of funny. I never laughed at that show. Not once. It was entertaining, but I didn't laugh at it. And also, who cares that it's known as the quote-unquote best of its genre? Being known as the funniest fan service anime is like being known as the best wheelchair basketball player. I mean, you might be good at your side of the field, but LeBron can dunk on you, nuts in your face and everything, 21-0. But yeah, fan service comedy ain't for me. And that cuts out like 1/5 of anime comedies, so we're already at a bad start. But the ones outside of the genre, even the ones I like and consider decent, I still walk away from it not laughing once. I might do a little exhale through the nose, like, you know, like that kind of thing. But actually laughing, not a chance. Like, quick example, I love this comedy anime called Kakushi Goto, about this single mangaka taking care of his daughter and their shenanigans. Did not laugh a single time when I was watching it, but I love it. It's just that a lot of these anime, I just be having an entertaining time when I watch it.
I'm smiling, but it ain't funny. I'm smiling, but it ain't funny.
Even a well-established anime like Grand Blue, I didn't laugh a single time at.
Really?
Not once. I thought the anime was enjoyable, but I don't know, man. I didn't think it was funny. Like, these guys were mad annoying, always beating up the main boy for just talking to a girl. Why is he even friends with them? And the rest of the jokes just didn't hit for me. Some came close, but still didn't hit. And also, it couldn't escape my mind how the show is obviously trying to set up Iori and Chiza together because they both obviously like each other, but they're cousins, and not like the fourth or fifth cousins, like not blood related. No, her father is his uncle. This is third degree Alabama we're talking about. So now that Grand Blue was a failed, I tried to expand my catalog by watching/reading more highly acclaimed comedies to see if my comedy anime point was still valid. So I watched Ghost Stories.
Hold on. You don't think Ghost Stories is funny? Hold on, D. Hold on, D. Hold on, D. If you don't think Ghost Stories is funny, I can't rock with him. I can't rock with him.
Think of a big black man chasing you!
And then I read this manga called Yotsuba, a comedy manga that's ranked in the top 10 comedies on Mal. Sometimes it's cute, and other times she needs to get her ass whooped. And it's also canon that she's adopted and got abandoned by her parents. No wonder why they did. She's a little shit! Other than her, the other characters are pretty fun, like Tall Guy and the sisters. Honestly, I don't even want to talk much junk about this series.
Tall Guy.
I actually like it. It's cute, and I had a fun time. I'm only mentioning it because it's a high-ranked comedy anime, well, manga, and I just didn't laugh reading it. Further proving my point that 90% of comedy anime and manga are not funny. Or at least I didn't laugh at it. I've also watched Ghost Stories.
Okay, talk to me.
It made me laugh.
Thank you.
Laughter you can hear and see. If you don't know what Ghost Stories is, it's
You earn my
this
respect.
anime known for its English dub being very out there.
I like his sister. She's one hot chulo.
I know that you're gay.
I did laugh at this show a lot. It's very funny, especially with the jokes that catch me off guard. But,
What's your
even
butt?
though it is funny, this doesn't count, because the original version of this show is a boring horror anime. Only reason it is funny is because the English American dub team were told they can do whatever they want with the script. So they were the ones that made it funny, not the show itself. And my point still stands. Almost all comedy anime are straight face gang. But even though I'm talking all this trash about comedy anime, there's still a good few of them that make me laugh consistently. Konosuba, Asobi Asoba Se, Saiki K, One Punch Man. Always manage to make me laugh when watching them. These are really great comedy anime and just good comedies in general. I've even watched Prison School recently, and even though Glasses Guy carries like 80% of the jokes, it was still pretty funny. And I think I found these ones funny because, one, they don't rely on tropes and cliches as jokes, or at least they do it very little. And two, I think my general cup of tea for comedies is this asshole, ridiculous kind of humor. That's what I personally look for in comedies. I just love it when people are dickheads to each other and then something stupid happens. That's why I love South Park so much. And honestly, it's tied in first place for my #1 favorite comedy ever.
Is Family Guy top one?
A comedy anime like Kintama, about a guy and his crew doing odd jobs while they themselves are jerks, or at least show to have very little care for what they do, should most likely fill my needs. And I have watched Kintama, all 367 episodes.
That sounds
and
like torture.
I can agree, it's a pretty funny show. After you watch 100 episodes, the
Exactly.
first 100 episodes got me sleeping. Gintama has a rough start. Well, a rough 1/4 of the series. I didn't really find the first 100 episodes funny. They were just mostly Gintoki and his
my
crew
gosh.
doing random jobs for random.
100 episodes
And I know that's
of
what
trash?
they basically do for the entire series, but during the first 100 episodes, the people were just boring, and the jobs they did were just less interesting too. Like, I don't know, it's hard to describe. The first 100 episodes, I just didn't laugh. Not that I didn't like the first 100 episodes. If I didn't, I would have dropped the show in a heartbeat. The show is easy to binge and passively watch when you're eating or something. That's how you should watch the first 100 episodes. But I did laugh quite a lot during one episode. This was also the first time I laughed at Gintama. It was the second half of episode 35. The plot of that half of the episode was about the chief of the Shinsengumi, which is like the police force of the world. His daughter was going on a date with a guy he didn't like. So he gathered the other higher ups of the force, Kondo, Sogo, and Hichigata, who's the best character in Gintama, by the way, don't at me, to mess with the guy that's dating his daughter and ruin the date. And maybe kill him. This whole segment was hilarious, especially the part when Sogo forces the guy to doodle himself on the roller coaster to make him look bad during this date. And at the end of the ride, he actually doodled himself. But then she admits she doodled herself too, because she found the ride scary.
What the fuck?
But then she admits she doodled herself too, because she found the ride scary. And then they start bonding because they both doodled themselves. thought that was mad funny. And at the end, it turns out she lied about doodling herself. She only said that so her date wouldn't feel embarrassed about himself.
Oh, that's some real shit.
Now that's future wife material.
That's a real right there.
I also remember laughing a few times at the cockroach episode, but yeah, the rest of the first 100 episodes were entertaining and fun. I didn't laugh during any other episode. Also, Benny Zerker arc is mid. After that though, episode 101 to the end of the series, the show is consistently funny, making me laugh damn near every episode. The show has become a top tier comedy anime. However, there's still one annoying thing.
Talk to us.
So, there's this character trope called the straight man character. And this trope is in just about almost every comedy anime in existence. It's even in comedies in other cultures too. And this trope is basically the character in the comedy that whenever someone says or does something stupid, they reply with a funny quip. Kind of like Jim from The Office, kind of. And almost every comedy anime has this kind of character in it. And the character Shinpachi is the straight man character of Gintama, and his whole straight man shtick is basically his entire character. And it's so annoying because he yells and complains every time he speaks, always making these dumb quips after Gintoki and Kagura do something stupid, making the joke not funny anymore. Like, I could be dying of laughter over the dumb things Gintoki and Kagura or anybody in the series does or says. Then Shinpachi walks in the room yelling, "I get no bitches, I get no bitches!" and completely gets me straight face. I don't need someone yelling just to explain what is funny to me after every joke. I hate that about every straight man character in animes, but he just takes the cake for the most annoying. And it's not like he can't be funny. All of the arcs where Shinpachi is the star of it are funny arcs, like the time skip arc, the popularity arc, and literally any arc where he's the main character. I love those arcs, but that only takes up 2% of the anime. The rest of the 98%, he's annoying as shit. He acts like a bot. He's basically the second main character also, so he's like that for almost every episode. I wish Gintama took the daily lives of high school boys approach. Another anime that's equal in comedy standing with Gintama, and this is only 12 episodes long compared to Gintama's 367. This show has a straight man mainish character too. Definitely not as annoying as Shinpachi, but as unfunny as any other straight man character in animes. And you know what the show does with this guy? Even though he's part of the 3 main characters, he's only in like 3 episodes in the entire show. He does not overstay his unfunny welcome, which makes me like his character even more. We never need to see too much of the same character doing the same joke over and over again every episode. And when this guy's not there, we just laugh and enjoy the ridiculous and dumb situations everyone else does. We don't need someone to explain why what they're doing is dumb. We can see that ourselves. This honestly low-key makes the anime funnier than Gintama. But I'll say Gintama has funnier characters than this show. Shinpachi holds back Gintama's comedy so much, but the jokes without him constantly yelling are hilarious, I swear. Still, I recommend Daily Lives of High School Boys a lot, and also Gintama, even though the first 100 episodes are a 7 out of 10, and Shinpachi is like the hell demon from Smiling Friends. When Gintama is great, in its serious moments, it's genuinely top tier, and when it's funny, it's hilarious. I don't think it's top tier shonen, but it's at least miles ahead of One Piece. Nevertheless, let's move on to my big 3 of comedy anime. This is self-explanatory.
Zac Efron!
These are my top 3 comedy anime, and they are ranked on how funny they are, in my completely subjective sense of humor. These are anime that had me dying every episode, and I have nothing but love and affection for them. And I'm gonna start off with my 3rd favorite, Hinamatsuri. This is probably the most underrated anime I've ever watched.
Really?
The only reason I watched it was because Crunchyroll wouldn't stop recommending it to me, saying, "Oh, since you watch this, you might like this." And I was like, fine, I'll watch it. And it's one of my favorites of all time. This is in my top 20. Hinamatsuri is about this Yakuza guy who's just living life, then BOOM! A little girl in an egg just teleports in his home. Now, this situation could easily end very badly for this guy, but the little girl has mob psycho powers and she can help him with his dirty work, so he decides to adopt her. Now, one thing I love about this anime are the characters. The cast is fucking great. Even the straight man character, Hitomi, is great. In fact, she's one of my favorite characters.
Wow!
too, she's also another girl with mob psycho powers, is just the best daughter anybody could ask for. The main character is also hilarious, man. This show is hilarious.
I'm about to watch it.
There's never a dull moment. It might throw you off that it's a slice of life anime if you're into shonens, but you gotta watch Hinamatsuri, man. You will not regret it. And it looks really good too. Like, look at this.
Oh.
Where else you gonna get that?
I don't know.
Not from One Piece. The animation.
I'm sorry. He just keeps throwing shots at One Piece. I can't control it.
The animation is great in this slice of life anime, and it's even better in my second go-to comedy, right behind #1, Nichijou. This anime is on a league of its own in comedy and animation. They had no need to make it look this good.
I gotta watch it.
This is the first comedy anime I've ever watched, so it set my standards stupidly high for comedy anime, making me disappointed in most of them. Well, also most of them also just suck too. That's how good this anime is. And you might be a guy looking at this anime thinking,
it looks stupid.
Man, this looks girly and gay. And that's a very closed-minded mindset that's holding you back from greatness. It's nothing like those cute girl anime comedies like Nekopara. I think that shit's garbage and for neckbeards too. But Nichijou is different. This anime is a different breed. I can't even describe what it's about. Like, it's about many things. It's about a robot, a talking cat, a dumbass, a down bad teacher, a cube. There's all sorts of stories. And every single one of them is hilarious. And the animation is better than most TV anime series you ever seen. It goes stupid. The characters are amazing. The opening and ending song is top 3. There's a guy fighting a deer. Like, just watch Nichijou. This anime is amazing. Like, I'm bad at explaining stuff. Just trust me. Trust me.
Okay.
And this leads me to my #1. The funniest comedy anime of all time.
What's the funniest comedy?
We move on to the #1.
We're here.
Honey Bun, the Rising Sun.
Which one?
It is. Kaguya-sama
Is it really?
War is the funniest anime I've ever watched. It's just peak. This anime is about 2 students that attend a very high-ranked, prestigious school, and they're also part of the student council, President Shirogane and Vice President Kaguya. The thing is, they're in love with each other, but neither of them want to confess to one another because their pride is way too high, and they think if they themselves were the one to confess first, it would mean they lost in this love battle they made up themselves. I just described the show so horribly, but please.
I understand.
Please!
Okay.
It's amazing, man. I love this anime so much. I know I've been obsessing over cast of characters a lot in this vid, but for real, Kaguya-sama has my favorite cast of characters in any other anime I've ever seen ever. Period. The main 4 cast of characters would legit make my top 50 of all time list. Miku and Hayasaka would be in my top 100. The characters in this show are amazing and fun. The situations are hilarious. I'm so terrible at some shows like this. Like, this is in my top 10. This is my #1 favorite comedy anime, and also my favorite cast of characters out of any anime I've ever watched. Maybe even any show I've ever watched.
Okay.
That alone should sell you enough to watch it. It's just so good, man. You can't describe it with words. Just watch this video about it. He describes it better than I could ever. It's also the best romance anime ever. Not even close.
So this is everything.
Not even close to any other one. Watch Kaguya-sama Love is War. You won't regret it.
I'm definitely going to check out his big 3. If they're really good, I will let y'all know. If y'all want to watch it together on stream, we can. Let me know in the comments below. Other than that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.